Starting off this hour is going to be Alan in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Hi, Alan. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Okay. So I'm a senior in college right now. We'll be graduating in a couple months. And I guess just since I've started watching your show a lot, I've been looking into budgeting and, looking at my finances and stuff and how I'm going to pay off the student loans that I've taken out while I've been in college. And while doing that, I found out that my mom has been in charge of all my finances, and I found out that she's been taking a lot of the money that we've been taking out for loans for, her own expenses and not stuff that's been related to me at all. So I guess I just want to know if you had any advice for me, how I can kind of go about this, figuring out how I can pay this back, and also how I can deal with the situation and not, totally ruin my relationship with my mother.
Wow. So how much of your money has she stolen?
I estimate about $10,000 to $12,000.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how much is your total student loan debt?
$25,000.
Okay. And so the way you grew up in this dysfunctional household, if you were to sit down with her and say, hey, why'd you steal $12,000 of my money? What would she say?
Right. No, my mom has been really good, overall. It's been really weird lately.
Except for the part where she stole $12,000 from you, but okay.
Right, yeah. When I do try to talk to her, she gets emotional. No, she's really been struggling with money lately, and I understand that. But just the thing is, she hasn't, we haven't had this conversation that, she's using money through my student loans or anything like that. So that's where, the major issue is.
Okay, have you taken all of your financial control away from her?
I have not yet, no.
Okay. Well, that's the first thing you have to do is stop the bleeding. You need to shut down any account that has her name on it or has access to her in any way, and you need to open your own accounts, sir, and be a full-on grown-up and handle your own money at this point. You don't have a choice.
Right. Yeah.
And so, you got to limit her access to your stuff because she's not trustworthy. I'm so sorry. This is so heartbreaking for you, and it puts you in such a extremely emotional position when somebody violates your boundaries like this.
Right, yeah.
This is financial child abuse, is what it is. Okay, it happens more often than it should. I run into scumballs who open credit cards in their kids' names and trash their kids' credit, steal their own children's identity, in other words, because they somehow feel entitled to steal someone else's money. And you've got to get pretty twisted in the brain to be able to do that. It's as if you had a shoebox of $25,000 sitting on your bed with your name on it, and it was your money, and she reached in there and took half of it. But she doesn't see it that way. Somehow in her brain, she's figured out that this is okay. It ain't okay. So, the only thing, one extreme is to press criminal charges. The other extreme is just forget it and pay it.
Yeah.
In between would be her promising to repay, but she's out of control. That's a promise that won't be kept.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably are left with two pretty extreme options. And one is to just say, I got $25,000 in student loan debt, and I'm coming out of college, I'm a senior, and I'm going to go pay it off. Or you can look at prosecuting her. The problem with prosecuting someone criminally is the money's already gone, and it doesn't make them have the money to give you money back. The money's just gone. It's just gone. And you're going to have a real hard time legally getting the student loans removed from your name due to theft. That's a very difficult legal set of hoops. Probably cost you more than $12,000 to do it.
Yeah.
In legal fees. So I'm thinking you're eating this, but except to the extent that you can get something out of it for her, out of her. So I don't know, man. I'm sorry. My brain can't wrap around somebody doing this to their own freaking kid. So I'm trying to help you here and not just choke her.
I mean, she has admitted that she's done wrong and she owes me money. It's just I'll ask for it or I'll want to talk about it, and she just says she doesn't have money. doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down with her really calmly but very clearly and say, number one, if you ever use my name in any way to put money in your pocket again, I will criminally prosecute you. You need to tell her that because she needs to stop, because she'll steal your ID too and open up credit cards.
Yeah.
I mean, because she's desperate and she's a little crazy. I mean, people don't steal from their own kids who ain't crazy, man. I mean, really. Think about it. So, you know, she's probably got good attributes all than that. I know I'm talking about your mother, but I mean, you need to look at this realistically. So the first part of the conversation is, never again, Mom. The second part of the conversation is, I'm going to forgive this. I'm going to pay the debt. I'm going to forget about it. You pay me back if you can, but the only way I'm going to do that is you get control of your life, and you're going through Financial Peace University. And I will pay for it, and I will give it to you so you can give it to her. Because she needs to learn how to handle money so she doesn't keep stealing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where her theft is going to end if we don't. It's because she's going to end up in jail.
Right.
Because if you do this with a bank, they prosecute you. You know, if you do this if you do this with check kiting, they prosecute you. This is not a game. I mean, this is not a family affair. This is criminal activity. So for her sake, we got to get her under control because she's completely spiraling here. If you can, and then I think realistically, you say, Mom, you pay me back all this money, and just leave it on her to do that. But then you have a low emotional expectation that that's going to occur because practically thinking, I don't think you're ever going to see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is your degree field that you're studying?
Marketing.
Good for you. Okay.
Yeah.
And you graduated in May?
I have a job set up. I have a job set up for when I graduate. I'm going to start working right away.
Making what?
Making pretty good money, so.
Making what? Making how much?
$48,000.
How much?
$48,000.
$48,000. Good. You have any other debt other than this $25,000?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Well, you're a sharp young man, and you have a story to tell your grandkids about how we don't behave in this family any longer, because you're going to be able to clean this up. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to put both of you into Financial Peace University, you and Mom, if she'll promise to go and promise to repay you, but have a low expectation of the second part occurring. Hold on, Kelly's going to pick up. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.